brief 1 minute of your requirement. So if you see how the GDP movement has happened over so many years from the time we started recording, you can see this graph which indicates how countries were contributing, how countries GDP was ranked from the history. So if you start from 1 AD, most of us read in history that India was a very rich country. India had, right, major kingdoms. It was very rich. People were very rich. It's an explanation. You can see till the end of 18th century, India was still one of the leading countries in the world in terms of GDP. But if you see the 20th century, India's GDP has fallen drastically, largely because we were under colonial rule. And at the same time, China's GDP has also slightly reduced, but it has made a good comeback. You can see the country United States, starting from the early part of 20th century, has been the dominant superpower of the world because they industrialized faster, they set up more industries, they had a stable country, and that is the reason they are still the world's largest GDP. Okay, so this is a good understanding of how we were in the past and what is the current situation of India. Okay, yeah, yes. So let's move on to the next slide. This also I've shared with you, right? This is not very relevant. Okay, right. So you can see, since some of you asked, the last component of your GDP is NX, net exports, right? You see, because this is data for 2019, you see which are the countries which are doing maximum exports. Obviously, it is a no-brainer. I think everyone, even without thinking twice, will know the largest exporter in the world will be China. You can see China yearly exports $2,500 billion worth of goods, or in other words, 2.5 trillion. So where is India? You can see India is 324 billion. So now you understand why China is a far more richer country than India, because they produce lot of items and they also export, and in the process their GDP has very good value because of this economic activity. We do not export more because we do not have great technology, and also we still do not have very good industrial base. Service sector is good, but industries we are very poor. You see countries like America, Germany, even Netherlands, very small country, Japan, worth of goods they are exporting. So one India they are exporting to other countries every year. You can see. Then you can see Italy, UK, Mexico, Canada, Belgium. So smaller countries than India are far better because they are better industrialized. Okay. Does the population of country have an impact on GDP? Yes. Yes. If population is more, there is a higher potential for increasing the GDP. But population should be productive. If population can be an asset or a liability. If most of the population is employed in good industries like what China does, then you will have a good impact on GDP. If most of the population is unemployed, then obviously they will be dependent on government for uh, pensions and all, or even for support, then it will have a negative impact on our GDP. Okay. Quality will have no impact on the GDP because as long as you are exporting, nobody is going to ask the question. Okay, next, let me move on to the next slide. Then you see countries which are importing more. You can see United States has imported to 2.6 trillion worth of products. You go to Walmart, most of the products that you see in Walmart in USA are from China. Even China also imports lot, but you can see it also exports lot. So obviously it is always in positive. You can see India in the ninth position. India imported almost 480 billion worth of goods. If I go back to the previous slide, you see that India has exported only 330. So 480 is our import, 330 is our export. So on the fourth parameter NX, we are 150 negative. That means our GDP is also getting impacted because we are importing more than we are exporting. So in a way, that is also a reason for our GDP getting impacted. This is not today. Even in the past also we were like this. So it is not because of this quarter it has happened. This is something that we are there. Why UAE not in the imports list? UAE is not there because it's a very small country. They will less population, so they don't require a lot of imports, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. So let's move away from your GDP. for the time being. So let me ask you a simple question. In the month of August, precisely August 29th, we celebrate some X day, and that X day is because of the person that you see on the screen. So you have to tell me what is the day and who's the person that you see on the screen. Sai Pranav is asking why there is no rank for Hong Kong. Hong Kong and China are clubbed. Okay, Sai Pranav. So Hong Kong rank is not there because it is clubbed with China. Nishant is asking, sir, can we import finished material and export to other countries? Yes, that is what we do. India imports a lot of diamonds, right? We polish them, we make ornaments, and then we export. If you go to Surat and Mumbai, you will see a lot of diamond merchants. They import a lot of diamonds from Belgium, Russia, even China, and then we do polishing. We prepare diamonds. We have very good artists, artisans. So we prepare diamond jewelry and export. Yes, lot of countries import raw materials, prepare products, and then export. That is how it works. No country will have all the products required for manufacturing. Okay, Vinila, you are right, ma. Deepankar, you are right. Vaibhav, you are right. Samiksha, you are right. Suryansh, you are right. Kirtana, you're right. Rani Pranav, you're right. Sirisha, yes, it is related to hockey. Uh, Deepankar, I'll explain on the Hong Kong and China part in different session. National Sports Day, Lalita is sharing it's a National Sports Day and Major Dhyan Chand. Very good. Thank you. Thank you guys. I could steal some answers. Arnav, Rabia, Deepti, Nishant, Siddharth. Yes. So 29th of August we celebrate every year as National Sports Day, right? We are still a very growing country in terms of sports because you see the importance of sports in our day-to-day life is very less even today. Unfortunately, you look at countries which are at par with India in terms of population, like China. You see every year they do extremely well in Olympics. Either they are number two or number one on most of the occasions. But you see India being a population, such a huge population with so much of talent, but still the the number of sports in which we are good, and in Olympics our performance has not been great. So every year government is also trying to encourage people to make sport as a part of their daily life so that you become fit, point number one, and also we will have lot more of our children encouraged to take up sports as a career. So obviously one of the greatest sporting heroes of our country is Dhyan Chand. Dhyan Chand was a major in Indian Army. He was the captain of Indian hockey team. Indian hockey team won more than 10 medals in Olympics. We were a very dominant sporting country on hockey. Every Olympics we used to go, we used to thrash other countries and we used to win gold medal. That was the domination of India in hockey, right? So that is how we were at some point of time. Currently, Australia and other countries have moved ahead of India in terms of hockey because of various reasons. Okay, so this is Major Dhyan Chand, and August 29th is our National Sports Day.